This is the fourth and final album. This one is the one that we had an earlier video on, and I'll combine them. That showed this flap over here that we had to pre-make because we had to put the cover or the paper over the album before we could put the waterfall album down. And the instructions on how to make this are included in your kit, and you're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, so you'll have 10 places for photos. And also on this side I made another pocket that's I think 4 3/4 by 4, and again I scored, I know it's hard to see, a 1/2 inch on the two sides and cut a little circle, semicircle out of this, and then folded it under a 1/2 inch, and so that would fit this page here, and glued it down with you can put score tape because it's not gonna sit on anything that'll stick, to make a pocket out of that. So the first place we're going to start is at the back and work our way forward, and this is kind of just a one big page layout looking thing. I used the same paper all the way across to just do some, like a continuous layout all the way across. And so this will go here. This is the pack, which is just gonna put right up to this. And then we have this side on the right. And all these are done so that they're not on your seam line. I'll just see where that needs to go. Boogers that are not going to get off of there. To line up as much as I can all the way across this way. And this is the pocket page. So this will go down in here, and this is the cover for my flap. And again, I use the circle, but I think it's a 1.5 inch circle, but I just kind of stick it where I need it to go and cut it. I'm not going to glue this down on the bottom all the way because it's harder to get it in and out of this pocket or in this pocket without it sticking on these flaps. So I'm just going to slide it down in there and pull it back up and stick it down. This page is just 3 strips of paper. Two. One narrow strip. This one over this one just a little bit so that it'll. And this is the this is the right outside one. Even though I used that one so many times. And I may change it. I'm not sure if I can, but right now it's going on. This is this. Okay. So we have this one, the pocket, this one, and let's see. This is the second flap down, and this is going to have a pocket on it right here. And it's going to go right up here on the top. And I have my pocket. It's the same way I did the same size pocket. This was, I think I used a shorter piece of paper as a scrap. And this is just, I think it's like 1/4 of an inch. Yep, 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. And then the 1/2 inch on each side. So this is going to be a 4 3/4 by 3 3/8, and I scored out a 1/2 inch on each side like this, and mitered the corners, and then I angled the corners on the top to give you some room. So I'm gonna put some score tape on these and just put them down. Again, and the reason I can use score tape is because it's not going to touch anything. This one I'm going to have to glue because I don't know where my 1/4 inch is. So just stick it down. That's not anything. I'll pull up my and then I will put glue on this. Just put it right here at the bottom. Just don't want to stick here. So this one's going to go from side to side. And this is this flap here. You can use your punches and stub the corners or round the corners, or if you want to do with your corners on each one. I didn't, just there's really no reason. I just didn't do it. Time's sake, I guess. Just make sure you have all your little glue things tucked under. It'll catch everything, of course. So here's this. And we're going to put this paper on in a minute. And this is the inside flap at the top. And it's going to sit right here. I just cut a strip of, let's see how thin it was. This is 7 inches, so I cut this probably 8 inches, and I folded it under a 1/2 on each side. It's supposed to be a pocket, but I don't know that I'll use a pocket in it, so I'll probably glue whatever is in there. It's supposed to be in there so it won't fall out. This is just a way to make your pockets look nice because they're finished on the back and not on the front. And let me see if I can find my punch, and I'll punch that little 1/2 circle out or small circle out from it. This is what I use. It's 1.5 inches. So the center is going to be about 3.5. So probably about right there. And I'm just going to I have drawn, if you can see those, I have drawn some square or some lines to mark my centers. Not that I usually pay a lot of attention to it, but so I'm just getting just a little bit in there. And first of all, I want to get it on the center. So I line it up with my center line with my center of my paper and just punch. And there it goes. And get it on. So what I'll do is just put some glue on the bottom edge of this first, along this edge. And then place this on the bottom. This. I'm just gonna angle these a little. Not that it's just gonna take a little of the bulk away. And just glue them down. Now we have that. It's technically supposed to be in the center. So then I'll just put this one down. I think it's kind of fun to make new pockets and different ways of closing them off so they kind of don't look like pockets all the time. They do, but they're finished different. And then we'll just put this down and lift up my tape with a magnet. This goes on the bottom. This is over here. And here. Just a little shallow pocket on that. And this is for the inside flap of this right here. Get down here so you can see it. And again, you don't want to get it on your fold line or up too close to it because you want it to close easily. Yeah, I didn't want this to stick. Wouldn't work. This flap. What's this one? Oh. And you know, if you don't want to stop it for albums, you can make more. Make as many as your box will hold. I think it would probably hold 2 more. I doubt that I'm going to do it, but. And then this is going to go on the bottom, like so. the front flap. There's your flap. Now we're going to glue these on, which shouldn't be too rocky. So I cut a small strip here, just it's about a half an inch, probably, half an inch, 4 1/4, just to cover up that. I'll probably put a sticker of some kind on the bottom. I still want that shown. Again, you don't want to get it in crease like I just did. Your flaps ready to go. These are cut at 4 3/8 by 4 1/8, so 4 3/8 this way, 4 1/8 across. They're all the same, so it's a good way to use up all your scraps. The inside of number 1. I put these really close together on the when I'm doing the waterfall. However, let's see if I can get in here. You can see just a little. You can see just a little space, like a 1/16 of an inch right in here, because it was just a lot of thickness right in here. So I wanted it to flap, and I did it on each one of them all the way down. You can see that. Because there's my score line right here, here to here. And then I left this little spot. If you want to, you can go back and add, paper there, like I did on the back, if it bothers you. Didn't bother me. So I can do it. And I rounded the corner, the 1/2 inch corner rounder on each side, top and bottom, or not top and bottom, front and back of the waterfall. Again, I just used cardstock that I had. It's the same 65-pound weight. It's just, I think one of them has a texture on the back, and it's all covered up, so nobody's gonna tell unless they really get close to it. Some of them are probably even a different dye run, but that's okay. Okay, so now that you've watched me put together all these things, we'll go out and we'll look at the whole album because we're done with this one. This is number 4. So this is the inside of it with the whole page running the same way. So I think you could, you know, even if you had a 5x7, you could almost split it across. I don't know what I'll do with it, but that's it. And this is the, you can have them go this way if you want to. Pocket here and a pocket here. This pocket is turned, I guess they're both turned under, I can remember that. And this one just has a little strip of 3 different patterns of scraps that I'm going to use. This one has the waterfall with the magic craft on the bottom. I just had to cut it to fit. And you watched me glue them down, so you shouldn't need to see them again. I'll try to fast forward through that. That's that. So this one is going to close this way, or you can have it do it this way. I kind of like it, this one on the top. This is the heavier piece. And then this is the flap. This is the top with a little pocket. And this is the closure. And that is the 4 albums. Now I'm going to start decorating with my embellishments, and I'll be back to show you the entire finished thing. Thanks.